Hey, it's Alicia Kay. It is Monday, July 24th. It is the start of another vlog, and I'm getting ready to go on a road trip. So, starting this one a little different by getting ready at the beginning of it. Because we're going on a road trip, going to a family reunion, and I'm going to try to vlog it, and we're going to see how it goes, because no one at the family reunion knows I do this. So I have to be like stealthy, because I worry that they think it would be weird. Anyway, I'm going to get my hair ready to go, and then we're going to go and drive and drive. It's only like an 8-hour drive, actually, to where we're going. But it will be a good time. While we are away, we're going to go to Arizona. And, it's 8 hours, maybe? I don't remember exactly. 8, 9, 10 hours, somewhere in there. Less than 12 is what I remember. And then we're going to go to the Grand Canyon this week, which I'm really excited about because I've never been to the Grand Canyon. So for my hair, since I'm going to be in the car all day, I'm going to attempt braids. And I say attempt because every time I do braids, they always turn out with varying levels of success for me. So I'm going to attempt braids. And then I have some other stuff I need to finish packing. Oh yeah, I can already feel that one's bad. But yeah, that's the plan. I won't make you watch me do the braids, and it might be easier if I do them without trying to talk. So this is where we're at. I have my book. Just a quick shout out of what I'm reading, which is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. One of my favorites. So I'm gonna go get ready and then do some driving. You can live a honey life, so sweet and soft and gold, will feel like warm sunshine to you. Rise from the dark, leave it behind. You turn towards the sun, hear how it calls. You the sun, it shines for you. The stars and moon do too. They see their light reflected in you. Let it lead your soul. Let it be your strength, and share the light I see in you. We have made it to our cabin, and we've had dinner and hung out with family for a little bit, and it is about bedtime. I am tired. I spent most of the drive working on a piece I need to write. I'm writing a piece for an orchestra. I spent most of the drive working on that piece, and I also played a little bit of Metroid Dread, which is really fun, but also stressful. The game stresses me out a little bit. I've already beaten it, and I'm replaying it, and it still stresses me out. I'm currently in the middle of 5 books, and I listened to 3 of them on the way. So I listened to Tomorrow, which I'm honestly not liking that much because I'm annoyed at all of the characters, except for Zoe, who I was like, is also a composer. And I'm like, yes, Zoe. Some of the things that she has made comments about, I'm just like, Zoe gets it. And then I listened to a little bit of The Violin Conspiracy and also one story from Homesick for Another World or Homesick for Other Worlds. I don't remember exactly the name of it. I just started that today, and I think I'm going to try to do it like one story at a time and then pause. And even if I listen to 2 stories in a day, I don't want to do them back to back, I think. And I brought The Long Way to a Smiling Planet. I'm probably going to read a little bit before I go to bed. And yeah, the drive was really pretty, but there was a couple times where I was just really cramped and not having a great time. But it was really pretty, and also we saw part of the Grand Canyon, like the tail end of the Grand Canyon. You drive right past it on the road we took, and it was so cool. And I'm really excited to go to the big full Grand Canyon, you know, the one where all the pictures are taken on Thursday. So today's Monday. On Thursday, I think we're going to do that, and I think we're going to hike a little bit down into it, which will be a blast. I rode my horse into town 2 days ago. I shot the sheriff dead for looking at me square. My woman done left me without a penny to my name, and I'm living like I've got nothing to lose. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man, and I'm living. They're so cute. And I always say bears have no right to be this cute. Like, they would just murder you if they I get my kicks on living when others die. I get my thrills all looking dead men in the eye. I know I'm bound to die, so I kill to make me feel alive. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man, and I'm dying fast. If the law finds you, say it never heard of me. And if my mom finds you, ask her to pray for me. I'm living without a prayer. I want to breathe your last breath. Come into the house. Come into the house. If you fly into my house, I will kill you, dead bug. If you crawl into my house, I will kill you, dead bug. Okay, quick check-in because I'm alone in the car for like 2 seconds. Just got done swimming. It is Wednesday. I didn't check in at all yesterday. So I have things to say, things to update you on, the things we've done. It's been a good time. It is really hot in this car though. Just saying hello. I'm gonna go turn the AC in this car back on. It is Wednesday evening and it's been a pretty fun day. I didn't check in at all yesterday because I just got busy and forgot and didn't really have a chance to sit down and talk. But yesterday was really fun. We went to this place called Arizona and they have a drive-through part that you get to see the wildlife, and it was a good time. The drive-through part for me wasn't as fun as the walk-through part, just because the animals weren't super out and about, and we didn't even see any animals in some of the enclosures or spaces, which is fine. They're just doing what they do. But the walk-through part was really fun, and I got to feed the otters, and I love otters, so that was a blast. And then after that, we went and did this thing called the canyon coaster, and that was pretty fun. Not quite as fun as Arizona. And then in the evening we just hung out and played games, and it was a really, really good time. Highlight was the otters though. Like I said, I love otters and feeding them was super fun. And then today we went swimming, and then we went into one of the towns and shopped a little bit. We went into Sedona, and I don't know that much about Sedona, but apparently it's the top healing energy center in the United States or something like that. So we got crystals. I'm not sure where mine is, but also my grandpa loved rocks. So I went into a crystal store and I found a crystal that reminded me of him because he had rocks like it. He didn't view it as healing crystals or aligning his chakra or anything like that. He was just this is a cool rock and I collect rocks. So I went and bought a crystal that reminded me of him. And then I also, something I'm very excited about, got my first tarot deck, and it's a cat tarot, and I'm excited. I had a friend who read tarot when I was in middle school, and I really liked it. And then I've kind of always wanted a tarot deck since then, but especially really bad wanted a tarot deck in the past few months. But I didn't want to go get one online or buy one at a chain store. And I was you know what? I know there's stores around my city that have them. I'll just, when I happen into that store next. But then we were in Sedona and I happened upon this tarot deck, the cat tarot deck, and I was that's perfect for me. So that's what's happening. I'm a little tiny bit sunburnt from swimming, and we went down something called the rock slide, and it hurt. I think I'm gonna have a bruise on my butt / upper thigh from where I was running into the rocks on the rock slide. But overall I had a good time. And now it's about dinner time, so we're gonna go eat. And I'm hoping for more games last night. Games tonight. Games last night were super fun, and I'm hoping for more of that. And maybe if I can convince some people to play some music with me, that would be a blast too. As far as reading goes, I've read a little bit more of The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. I took it to where we were swimming because I kind of was oh, I'm gonna read when I'm not swimming, but that ended up not actually happening. But I'm planning to read a little bit more tonight. Home for some is the peace that comes from a star-filled sky on a cloudless night. The wonder they feel in a forest so quiet and still. The feeling of awe from a mountain vista far makes them feel at home. We just got back from the Grand Canyon and then also a gondola ride, which unfortunately got cut short because of a thunderstorm that was coming in. And like, obviously we don't want to be struck by lightning, so we could not be on top of the mountain. But the Grand Canyon was really cool. I got myself a hat, and now I'm in bed, relaxing before dinner because I'm very tired. It was very hot at the Grand Canyon and very cold at the top of the mountain where we were doing the gondola ride. But it was a great time, and we're probably going to go back to the Grand Canyon tomorrow. As we start driving home, we'll stop by and do a little bit more hiking because we weren't going to do a whole lot of hiking since we had this other plan that we needed to do too. So that's what's happening. I'm exhausted, and I think it's going to start raining where we are pretty soon too. So we're going to have like a little bit of chill time before we go into town for dinner. Was it the chirp of birds? Was it the green, green grass? Was it the thundering rain? Or was it you, the bonny lass? The spring come fast. Welcome to the end of the vlog. It is Saturday. We are home. Yesterday, we spent most of the day driving. We did stop off at the Grand Canyon again to like hike a little bit down into the canyon, which was honestly so cool. And the views were so much better than from the top. I apologize for the sounds my cat is making. He has had a really hard time. We got home and we couldn't pick him up last night, so we picked him up this morning, and ever since he's been home, he's been so loud. And if he can't see one of us, he just makes sounds like that. So he's having a rough time. The other thing is my apartment smells like cigarette smoke. So this has been a fun development, is that our upstairs neighbor, as long as he's lived there, he smokes cigarettes. But only in the past couple weeks, I don't know where he has started smoking in his place. Come on, buddy. But it is starting to filter down and like come through our air vents or something. So yeah, we're having a good time with that. But we are home and we're happy to be home. We're happy to have the cat. So I thought I'd sit down and do a quick like wrap up basically of the trip, since I didn't actually check in that much on the days. We ended up being so busy. So like I checked in on Monday, and then I think I forgot, I checked in on Monday. I think I forgot to check on Tuesday, but checked in on Wednesday. So Thursday was Grand Canyon Day. Was really fun. I wish we could have spent a little more time there because we could only be there for a little bit since they planned. We were there for a family activity or a family reunion, and they planned so many activities that we like had to leave the Grand Canyon by a certain time so we could make it on time to our other activity that we had planned that closed before 4, and it was like all this logistical stuff. But like the Grand Canyon was so cool, and I wish we could have stayed there longer. We mostly just walked around the rim, but that's why we went back on yesterday, to hike a little bit down in there. It added like an hour to our drive, but it was totally worth it. And then I think I talked a little bit, this is like not in order, this is just how I'm thinking of it. I think I talked a little bit about going into Sedona on Wednesday. Like Wednesday morning we went swimming, and I know I checked in right after that. And then Wednesday afternoon, I talked about this because we went into Sedona. I showed my tarot cards, which I'm going to show off again in a second as part of like, I'm going to do a little souvenir haul. I didn't get a ton of souvenirs, only a few, but I'm going to do a little souvenir haul in just a moment. trying to think if there's anything I haven't updated or talked about. I want to make sure when I go back and watch this video in a few years, I can remember everything we did. I was a little bummed that we didn't play more games and that I didn't get a chance to like talk to more people or hang out with more people because we were all kind of separate. Okay, I don't remember exactly where I was. I don't remember everything I've said. I had to go take a phone call. I think I was explaining that like I want to make sure I'm very thorough in this so that when I do go back and look at this video in a few years, I can have the memories, because that is like part of why I do this, right? Is so I can have the memories. And I had a really good time overall, and there's a lot of good memories to remember. With that being said, though, I do think I've covered pretty much everything between the check-ins and then like, I mean, I could probably talk for a long time about how cool the Grand Canyon is, and that if you do go to the Grand Canyon, go hike down a little bit because it's way cooler than just standing up at the rim if you're physically able, obviously. I know not everyone can, but with that being said, let's do a quick little souvenir haul. So I'll start with the tarot cards because I did kind of already mention that I got my first tarot deck. I have been wanting tarot cards for a while. I think I talked about my friend who read my tarot when I was in middle school. And then in the last few months, I've really been wanting a tarot deck. But I didn't want to order one online or get one at like Barnes & Noble because it just felt like inauthentic. I wanted to like find one at a small shop, like a locally owned store, and like find one that fit me and not like go out and like search for the perfect tarot deck. That being said, this perfect tarot deck found me at this like small store in Sedona. And Sedona is very much like healing, energy, crystals, tarot, all of the like hippie stuff. I do it in air quotes because, yeah. Anyway, I found this tarot deck. It's really cool. I love it. I've used it a few times. And now that we're home, I kind of want to do a cat tarot reading on my cat, if he will sit still long enough. The next thing we bought in Sedona is a little crystal. This is an amethyst crystal. And I'm not necessarily super into the healing crystals, but my grandpa used to collect rocks and crystals, and he used to have a lot of rocks and crystals that were like, he used to do a lot of the towers, and he did have amethyst, not necessarily one like this, but he had like amethyst geodes where they were like the split open ones where you could like see the little things inside. So yeah, we got this because it reminded me of my grandpa. And then if it has healing crystal benefits, that's cool too. Like I said, I'm not necessarily into it, but I'm also not gonna yuck anyone's yums if they're into that. Next, I got this Grand Canyon hat, which is like one of my favorite colors. This is like my color palette is like this dusty pink. I have a lot of clothes and things that are this color, so I was like, I have to get this hat, and you've probably seen it because I was wearing it when I did one of my check-ins. And then we also got a Grand Canyon puzzle, which is perfect because I'm sitting at our puzzle table right now, so I can put it right over on our stack of puzzles that we will be doing soon. And then I also really like to collect stickers, and I got some stickers. That's honestly my main like souvenir when I go places. Sometimes I will just get stickers. This time I got way more than just stickers, and honestly more than I would normally buy. It's like not a lot, but also a lot because it's way more than I would normally buy, but also like I know some people go crazy with the souvenirs, but stickers are like my favorite. So I got one that says Arizona, and then let's see if you can get I don't know how to make it focus so you can read it. Snowball, because that is where we were staying. We were staying at the base camp at Snowball, and they had these stickers. So this is like, oops. It's like a bear wearing sunglasses, and it just says base camp at Snowball. I got, oh, this is the other thing I don't think I talked about at all. The thing that we left the Grand Canyon for on Thursday was to go to the Snowball, the Arizona Snowball, up the mountain and do a scenic gondola ride, which was really cool. I felt sick. I was feeling like kind of sick. My bones were aching. I was kind of dizzy before we even got on the gondola. And then we like went super high up in elevation, which normally doesn't affect me since I live at higher elevation and then also go even higher fairly frequently. But we were only up there for like 5 minutes, and then they forced us to come down because a storm was approaching, a thunderstorm, and they were like, we don't want you to get hit by lightning, which I didn't want either. So I appreciated that. That's the other thing we did was the gondola. And it was fun, but I kind of wish we had planned it for a different day so we didn't have to rush out of the Grand Canyon. Then we got this Bearizona sticker for free when we went to Bearizona. And then I got a Grand Canyon sticker that glows in the dark and is really cool, and I'm really excited about it. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye, wrap up the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've been to the Grand Canyon or any of these places I mentioned, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!